What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for popping in. And today, in preparation for Inside Out 2, we are going to be talking about what has become my favorite Pixar film, The Incredibles. And when I say what has become my favorite Pixar film, look, this has always been in the top 2 or 3 Pixar movies for me. This, Toy Story 3, and I would even say Monsters, Inc. or Finding Nemo. I mean, you've got a top 4 right there. Those movies are always going to be the top 4 Pixar movies. As of right now, Incredibles is number 1, Toy Story 3 is number 2, and Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo always flip between 3 and 4. One day it'll be one day it'll be the other. But The Incredibles. This is one of the best superhero films ever made, and I don't think it's put into that conversation enough because it's animated. That doesn't matter. The screenplay to this film, which is an Oscar-nominated screenplay by Brad Bird, it was nominated for Best Original Screenplay at the Academy Awards. I remember seeing this in the movie theater back when it came out, and just kind of being in awe of it and how it felt different from the previous Pixar films because the humans are the lead characters in it. You had toys, bugs, fish, and monsters as your lead characters, and finally they took on humans. And I remember seeing a bonus feature for this film saying, Brad Bird or somebody saying that the animation took so long for this film, and it took so much out of everybody that worked on it that it was like a tube of toothpaste that had squeezed out its final bit of toothpaste. So it couldn't give anything else. So, the love and the passion that went behind this film, it shows. And that all comes down to Brad Bird. Look, this is his screenplay. This is his film. I mean, he directed it. So a lot of it is to do with him. I mean, he created the story of a family. This is a family story that's very adult. I mean, is there humor in the movie? Yeah, there's humor, but it works. There's no stupid kiddie humor in this film. This is a animated film for the whole family. The kids are going to love it. The adults are going to love it. The adults are especially going to love it. Bob Parr is so relatable as this guy who's basically just living day to day at his desk job, just remembering his past and his glory days, which the opening of the movie is those glory days. And when he finally gets the chance to do some more hero work, he's going to do it and he's going to take it up. When superheroes kind of went underground, he didn't really have a choice but to become a normal human being with his family and build a family. I mean, the script of this movie, Brad Bird should be given a handshake for this movie. I mean, the script is fantastic. This is one of the best screenplays for an animated movie I've ever seen. And it's one of the best paced. I mean, just the way the movie flows and the way the story goes, the progression of the story is so unique and it's so, no pun intended, incredible. How Bob, gets this job, goes to Nomanisan? Whatever the island is called. He fights the Omnidroid. He keeps going back, having these meetings with this Mirage, who's Mirage's boss. Well, I think that was set up so wonderfully in the beginning of the film, where you have this little hero super Incrediboy who wants to be Mr. Incredible's partner, and he says, look, I work alone, kind of brushes him off. Well, guess what? That came back to bite him in the behind because now Buddy Pine has become Syndrome, who is the best Pixar villain. I mean, from the voice performance to the animation style to his look, everything about Syndrome. The writing this is the best Pixar villain, and the score by Michael Giacchino is one of the best scores for an animated film. I mean, incredible. So many things about this movie are incredible. Everything about this movie is incredible. And this score wasn't nominated for Best Original Score at the Oscars, and a couple Pixar scores were. I mean, the Wall-E score, the Bugs Life score, the Monsters Inc. score, the Finding Nemo score. I mean, just a lot of Pixar scores were nominated for Best Original Score. You know, Giacchino won the Oscar for Up. He was nominated for Ratatouille as well. He probably should have been nominated for Coco, probably should have been nominated for Inside Out, and for The Incredibles. So yeah, the score is fantastic to this movie. The Incredibles theme is just so iconic, and I love it so much. And I just love the story of family, of Bob Parr and what he's dealing with in this movie, and the progression of that, how Helen sort of discovers what Bob is doing through Edna, who, you know, he got his suit fixed, he got his new suit. So at the same time, Edna made suits for the whole family. And I mean, it was just so well done. Just the story is just so well done. How everybody ends up on the island, and how Syndrome ends up capturing them all. Great shot and score as Syndrome is walking towards his jet or whatever to get back to the city, and how he sort of scratches his nose or whatever on the walk, and the score's like bang bang bum, bum, bum. Like, it was just fantastic. The whole thing, I could gush about this movie. The ending, the fight, the action, the first fight that Mr. Incredible has with the Omnidroid. Is it an Omnidroid? I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but regardless, is it an Omnidroid? I am so lucky to have this Best Buy exclusive steelbook. You'll never hear that again, because Best Buy is not selling 4Ks anymore, or Blu-rays. So this is a thing of the past. This beautiful Incredibles 4K steelbook, you know, I'm just so happy to own. And the game, I couldn't go without mentioning the PS2 game for The Incredibles. This is one of the best movie tie-in games. This game is so fun. The levels are so fun. The final 2 levels with Bob and Helen, I don't know if you guys ever played this, but the final, like, 2 levels before the final boss fight are very difficult, and I've struggled with, but the game is great. I mean, this is just a great game, and I don't know what the rights issues are, but if this ever gets remastered, I mean, I would love to play this in HD on the PS5. You know, I hear that some PS2 games are going to be coming to the PS5. I don't know how accurate that is. I read it on Twitter, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, this is a fantastic game. It's a fantastic game. I love playing this game. So I had to mention that. But yeah, The Incredibles, it's a 5 out of 5 film. I think it's the best written Pixar film. I think it's got one of the best Pixar scores. Pixar's got a lot of great soundtracks, but this is up there for one of their best scores. You know what an underrated score is from Pixar? A Bug's Life. And the movie's fine. The movie's good, but the score for that, Randy Newman's score for that, is really good. And that was another one nominated for the Oscar for score. But yeah, The Incredibles is a fantastic movie, and I just wanted to talk about it. You know, I like to review a Pixar film before a new one comes out. I don't think I did it for Elemental, but for Lightyear, I believe I reviewed Wall-E and Finding Nemo before that came out. And I have a Pixar playlist up on the channel, so if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. But yeah, that's my thoughts on The Incredibles, guys. Comment down below. What do you think about The Incredibles? What's your favorite Pixar movie? Make sure to leave that down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps out the channel a lot. And you can check out reviews for The Strangers Chapter 1, another 20th anniversary review for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. A lot of other exciting things coming to the channel. We are going to be talking about Inside Out 2. Very excited to do a review for that. Also, John Krasinski's If. Bunch of other stuff. Come on back, check that out. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72, and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for The Incredibles. And until next time, over and out.